Hello students, how are you? I hope you all are good and safe. Today in this video, we are going to learn poem The Fog, written by W.H. Davis of our English book The English Coach. Poet's name is William Henry Davis or W.H. Davis. He was born on 3rd July 1871 and died on 26 September 1940. He was a Welsh poet and writer of United Kingdom and United States. The principal themes in his work are the marvels of nature, observation about life's hardship, and his own tramping adventures. He was one of the most popular poets of his time. Now let's start with the reading of poem. I saw the fog grow thick, which soon made blind my ken. It made tall men of boys and giants of tall men. It clutched my throat, I coughed. Nothing was in my head except two heavy eyes like balls of burning lead. And when it grew so black that I could know no place, I lost all judgment then of distance and of space. The street lamps and the lights upon the halted car could either be on earth or be the heavenly stars. A man passed by me close. I asked my way. He said, "Come, follow me, my friend." I followed where he led. He rapped the stone in front. "Trust me," he said, "and come." I followed like a child. A blind man led me home. Now the explanation time. I saw the fog grow thick, which soon made blind my ken. It made tall men of boys and giants of tall men. The poet is trying to say that it was a fog that was growing thicker and thicker. And because of that dense fog, all the senses of poet was blinded. In that dense fog, the small boys, they were appeared as if they were tall men, and all other tall men were appeared as if they were giants. It clutched my throat, I coughed. Nothing was in my head except two heavy eyes like balls of burning lead. Now in this stanza, the poet is trying to explain that because of fog, his throat was blocked and he started coughing. There was nothing in his head, that he was not understanding what to do in that dense fog. He had only two eyes, but because of that dense fog, he couldn't see anything. That was like only balls of burning lead. And when it grew so black that I could know no place, I lost all judgment then of distance and of space. In this stanza, the poet tries to explain that because of fog, it becomes so black all around. And poet was unable to see anything around him. And he didn't know where he was. So he lost all his power of judgment. He didn't know what to do, where to go. He had no idea about distance and space. The street lamps and the lights upon the halted cars could either be on earth or be the heavenly stars. In this stanza, the poet conveys that all the lights on the road, whether the street lamps or the lights of stopped cars, they were appearing as if it was the light on the earth or somewhere from the stars, like an UFO. A man passed by me close. I asked my way. He said, "Come, follow me, my friend." I followed where he led. Now, when it was so dark because of that dense fog, a man was passing by and poet asked for help. That man was very kind. He agreed and he said to the poet to come and follow him. The poet, because it was difficult to see around him, he followed that man blindly. He rapped the stones in front. Trust me, he said, and come. I followed like a child. A blind man led me home. Now he hit or struck the stones with his stick on the road, and he kept on walking. He assured the poet that he was taking him to the correct place. So he told him to trust him and follow him. Poet did the same. He followed that man blindly like a small child. And when they reached their destination, the poet found that the man to whom he was following was blind. He followed a blind man. Now let's see the summary of this poem. The poet W.H. Davis describes in this poem the fog, the effect of the fog on him. It blurred his vision and he was unable to see things clearly. He lost the senses of direction and space, not knowing where to go. He felt that there was nothing in his head except two burning eyes. He couldn't breathe due to the dense fog, and he coughed. The street lamps falling on the moving car no more helped people and looked like distant stars. A man came who passed by the poet and offered him to show the way. The man led the poet home, and when they reached home, the poet came to learn that the man was blind as he rapped the wall with its stick. Now let's have a look on the poetic devices used in this poem. First is personification. It clutched my throat. What is personification? When the non-living thing is considered as living thing in the poem. So here example is, it clutched my throat. Is the fog living being? No. But here it is personified. Simile. Simile is that figure of speech in which we do comparison of two things using word like. Examples of this poem are eyes like ball of burning lead and I follow like a child. Another poetic device used in this poem is metaphor. Metaphor again is a kind of comparison, but we do not use word like or as. Here in this poem, examples are be a heavenly stars or made blind my kin. Here in these two lines, the comparison is being made between light and heavenly star and senses